Last time out, we secured a place in the knockout stages of the EFL Trophy, and we continued our good form in the league. The question is, have we done and carried on that good form since you were last with us? And can we carry it on today as we try and look for one of those automatic promotion places? Hello and welcome to episode number 67 of From the Bottom to the Top, as we try and take a National League South side, in this case Weymouth, from the bottom all the way up to the top. This is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games in the league match day 14 and 15, both at home at the Bob Lucas. Thank goodness for that. We played Cambridge United and Crewe. But before all that, we have a draw for the first round of the FA Cup. Let's go and do that draw first. Thank you to Future Mark. And yes, this is the draw for the Emirates FA Cup first round. 90 teams going into the hat for 40 matches, which means that there are 10 games still to be resolved, I'm guessing. Let's go through and have the draw. Here we go. And we can start the draw. P. Murphy is your ceremony host. Pat Murphy, I presume that is. Oh, Peter Murphy. Not Pat, I'm sorry. Wrong Murphy. Says so at the top there. Right, let's get underway then. First out, Maidenhead United of the National League South. Who will they play? They are going to play Bolton of League One, I think it is. Yep, League One. A big game for Maidenhead United then. Welcome Bolton to their ground. Fylde of the National League. They are going to play Grimsby Town of League Two. Eastleigh or Weston-super-Mare. A game still to be resolved. Will play Queen's Park Rangers of the Championship. No, they're League One. Okay. Barnet of the National League will play Sheffield Wednesday of League One. What's the Championship? Silly boy. Championships clubs don't join us until the third round. Silly boy. Torquay United of the National League South, relegated, of course, will play Exeter City of League One. Weymouth, we're out. And we are going to face Harrogate Town of League Two. So two League Two sides there to play. We won't go through the rest of the draw. We'll just pull it out. Crawley Town and Shrewsbury, the last ones out. Have a look. Morecambe playing Ipswich, Halifax playing Hornchurch, Chelmsford, Wigan, Gateshead, Wimbledon, Charlton, Peterborough, Scunthorpe, Cambridge, Crewe, Burton, Altrincham, Sutton United, Bradford City will play Kidderminster Harriers or Port Vale. Wrexham play Aldershot, Alfreton Town or Warrington playing Gillingham, Leyton Orient playing Doncaster, Northampton playing Rotherham, Stevenage playing Chesterfield, Notts County meet Dorking, Walsall will play Maidstone United, Bristol Rovers play Banbury United or Chester, Scarborough play Stockport County, Bath City or Colchester will meet Havant and Waterlooville, Guiseley will play Rochdale, Oldham, Tunbridge Angels or Southend, Newport County will play Forest Green, Mansfield will play Gloucester City, Swindon Town will play Boston United, Enfield play Barrow, Blackpool play Dartford or Merthyr Tydfil, Oxford United play Yeovil Town or Wingate and Finchley, Accrington Stanley play Tranmere, Dagenham and Redbridge or Worthing will play Salford, Milton Keynes Dons play Fleetwood, York City or Bradford Park Avenue will play Carlisle, South Shields will play Wickham, Reading will play Cheltenham, and Crawley Town will play Shrewsbury. That's the draw for the first round of the FA Cup. I'll hand you back to future Mark, who will have a look and see how that fits into the schedule. And thank you to past Mark for that draw. Yes, Harrogate Town are our opponents in the first round of the FA Cup, and that coming up at the end of the month. So back-to-back episodes, Cambridge and Crewe, and then we'll have Harrogate and Tranmere in the next episode. So that's where we're at. We've played a couple of games since you were last with us, but before we do that, don't forget, if you do enjoy today's episode, you're enjoying the series so far, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the series so far. Let me know what you think about other videos that we've been doing as well. Comments are much appreciated, and I will try and reply to as many of them as I possibly can, as and when I can get round to it. So thank you very much, and don't forget you can follow everything that's going on this channel by following me on X at JustOffsideFM. 2 games then we played since you were last with us. Games against Gillingham away, or both games away actually, and then we went to Stevenage for the second game. We won the 2 against Gillingham 2-1, but despite having a 3-goal lead, we threw it away against Stevenage and ended up with a 3-3 draw, which is the first dropped points for about 5 games. But we still keep that unbeaten run going, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 games without losing in all competitions. So is that right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, yeah, 11 in all competitions since we lost last in League 2 to Wigan way back at near the start of the season. And of course, since then we seem to have hit a fairly good run of form. Gillingham then first up of the 2 games that we've played since you were last with us. Gillingham 5 shots, 3 on targets. They were quite good, 0.72, but only 36% of the possession. Again, we should have won this game quite comprehensively. 17 shots, 9 on target, 2.57, possession of 64%. It was Gomez for Gillingham after 32 that set us wobbling a little bit. Packham with a free kick swung in. It's sort of like headed away. The goalkeeper comes out for it, makes complete haulix of it, and it's in the back of the net. It's 1-0, and it remained 1-0 half time. But Will Armitage on 66 minutes got us back level from the penalty spot. Will Armitage sending the goalkeeper the wrong way, and the equaliser. And it looked like it was going to remain a 1-1 draw until Amika Peters put this one away on 88 minutes to round off a 2-1 win. Silcott Dewberry coming in, Candlish, Peters wriggling away, puts that one in the back of the net, beating Berguillon in the Gillingham goal. 2-1 win then against Gillingham in League 2. And then we played Stevenage, and say this was a very topsy-turvy game. We had most of the first half, didn't get a look in the second half, and they come back from 3 goals down to drop our first points for some time. All out to Patterson was for our first goal from Nakawachu. I still can't pronounce it. Wakachua. And he scored after 19 minutes. Just 2 minutes later, Travis Patterson got us a second corner from Candlish. It's headed away, but only as far as Patterson. Patterson brings it under control and definitely puts it beyond Ashby Hammond in the Stevenage goal. And we hurt them even further. Just again, 2 minutes later, Wakachua getting his second and our third. Gasper, Robinson through to Patterson, who had a fantastic game, and Wakachua just had plenty of time to control that, really, with a defender and a goalkeeper on him. So 3-0 it was, and we were looking as if we were good for our lead. As you'll see at the Blues down here, we're doing quite well. Something must have got said, because literally we got that lead, and 11 minutes later, Cargbo got a goal back for them, and we knew the writing effectively was on the wall then. Well, Lock getting that corner in. Cargbo not marked properly, and he just got enough on it to swing it into the side netting and brought it back to 3-1. We should have seen the half out, but we couldn't. Verrill, George getting another one back for them. Literally a minute into added time at the end of the first half. Robinson, Zenholm out on that far side, and then Zenholm just crosses it in, 6-yard box. Nothing we could do about it, and he pokes it past Hollingshead, who was having a traumatic day in our goal. And it's 3-2 at half time, and like I said, you just had a feeling, as you do in all football matches really, that it was going, and they had the chat at half time. And, well, we managed to hang on, and it looked like we might, for a while, just manage a 3-2 win. But Buckmaster had other ideas on 78. Brown coming down the wing. Brown crosses it deep. Hollingshead punches it away to Buckmaster. Buckmaster brings it under control without anybody on him and puts it past Hollingshead, as I said, who had a dastardly day in goal. 15 shots, 6 on target for Stevenage, 1.33, 51% of the possession. We had 12 shots, 7 on target. Could say we should have put more of those away. 2.08 and 49% of the possession. It wasn't to be our day, albeit Travis Patterson did pick up a 9.4. 3 key passes, 2 clear-cut chances, 2 assists and a goal. So he was definitely player of the match. And Wakachua not having a bad day either, but just couldn't do anything once he'd scored those 2 goals. Whether they marked him out of it or what, I do not know. Which leaves the table at the end of all that looking like this. We are a point adrift of Wigan, who are up into first place. They've only lost once this season, that when lost against Cheltenham. We are in second on 29 points. Accrington Stanley are third on 28. We are 6 points clear of Gillingham, who are in fourth on 23, just ahead of Cambridge United, our first opponents today, who are also on 23. Then come Wimbledon on 6th on 21. Doncaster are 7th on 21. And then Shrewsbury and Tranmere just outside the playoff places, both on 20. 9 points clear of them. And obviously what we're trying to focus on is we have obviously 3 chances of getting promoted here. Don't necessarily have to get promoted as champions, but it would be nice. But, as long as we get one of the 3 automatics, that is really what we're targeting at the moment. Northampton and Swindon Town in that bottom echelons. Northampton on 6 points, Swindon on 5 points. They are 2 points and 3 points respectively adrift of Halifax Town, who are in second, who came up with us last season. And then there's a 4-point gap up to Newport County, who are 21st on 12 points. That's pretty much brought you up to date. No injuries as we currently stand, which brings us to today's game. We've not played Cambridge United in this series so far. Cambridge United currently 5th in the table. We do have home advantage. We need to make that count. And this is the team that faces Cambridge United in this match day 14 here in League 2. House is in goal. Grante, Ransom, Olsen, our defensive line. Linton and Holman as the complete wing backs. Stevens and Gasper in midfield. Patterson and Jones play as the wide players. Wakachua is up front, continues up front. House, of course, replacing Hollingshead, who had an absolute howler in the last game. Hollingshead, Silcott, Dewberry, Braley, Armitage, Abdul Malik, Darcy and Fletcher make up the bench. And here we are back at the Bob Lucas, playing our, by now, familiar formation. But it's been a bit wayward the last couple of games. Want to see an improvement if we can. They are playing a 4-2-3-1 today. And the table looks like this. They are in 5th on 23. We are 2nd on 29. And we've been completely lacklustre in this first half. Given that one away, and Olsen's brought down, but Ransom there to tidy up. Holman comes forward. Puts that ball through to Jones. Jones crosses this one in, looking for Patterson. Patterson can't bring it down, although it did dip. Linton, 38 on the clock, to Stevens. Linton, back to Stevens. Patterson. Patterson, referee getting in the way. Grante picks it up. Grante crosses it deep, looking for Jones. Jones, bullet header. his third goal of the season, and he hasn't scored many this season, but he's got that one away. And on 39 minutes, we take a lead, and it's been hard work. Not really looked. We've gone a bit more positive just in the last sort of few minutes, just to see if we can get something before half time. Jones gets above the defender, pops it away. Just those couple of highlights in that first half, and thankfully going in our direction. 7 shots, 5 on target, 0.57, 59% of the possession. They've had 2 shots, they've had 1 on target, 0.04, and 41% of the possession. Need to be a bit more convincing in the second half. Well, I realised I completely messed up the recording. I pressed the wrong button or pressed twice or something. So we didn't record the second half of that game. So I'm going to show you the highlights now. I've covered up the score at the top here. So 1-0 at half time. We just kicked off. Wakachua has kicked off the second half to Linton. Back to Wakachua. Olsen. 61 minutes on the clock, and it's Wakachua with a free kick. Is he going direct? No. To Jones. Jones flicks it onto Linton. Linton puts it away, and it's number 2. Josiah Linton. It's ball out wide to Holman. Holman, 64 on the clock, crossed in, but it's not gone there. Linton again. Linton is up against the woodwork this time. 69 on the clock. Olsen to Holman. Back to House. Ransom. Ransom comes forward to Jones. Jones. Ransom. Nice build-up play. Gentle. Not worrying about it. We're not in a rush with 2 goals to the good. And Olsen going back to House. Ransom. Grante. Stevens. Stevens comes forward now, looking to get into attacking position. We're lining up here. Just needs to get this cross in. He's crossed it deep. Jones at the black post, straight at the goalkeeper. Cartwright making a fine save. Corner now. Linton with the corner. Swung in. Ransom. Stevens. Out to Abdul Malik. Abdul Malik into the area, but it's cleared. Stevens. And it's crossed in. Nobody there. And danger is averted. Fletcher comes forward. Linton. Linton inside to Stevens. Stevens through to Abdul Malik. Abdul Malik through to Braley. Braley has a shot from the edge of the area. Cartwright making the save. Linton with the corner. Swung this one in deep to the back post, and Rosillo pushes Ransom, and it's a penalty. It's Charlie Stevens that's going to take this penalty. Goalkeeper's gone the right way, but Stevens' power puts it beyond the goalkeeper, and it's a 3-0. Free kick, swung in, and it's headed on. Jones will get there. Jones off of the defender. Silcott to Dewberry, and Cartwright makes another fine save. Corner on that far side this time. 88 on the clock now. Braley swings this in. Can we get another one? And it's headed away. Stevens tidies up. Back into the area. Silcott Dewberry to Braley. Braley. It's bobbled through to Cartwright. 90 minutes on the clock. I don't know how much injury time. It was about 5 minutes, I think. Oh, Fletcher putting that wide. Abdul Malik coming back and defending. Garante. Garante to Abdul Malik. Garante. And it's all over. We've won this one 3-0. And as it stacks up, not a bad day at the office. 4 shots, 2 on target, 0.10, 39% for Cambridge. We have had 16 shots, 10 on target, 2.61 and 61% of the possession. It's a bit like real life, and it just goes to show that Football Manager can mimic that, because how many times has your side played a team near the bottom and lost, and then plays a team near the top and just blows them away? So that's how it is. James Jones, player of the match, 3 key passes, 1 clear-cut chance, and 1 assist for him, an 8.3. Josiah Linton having a good day as well, 8.1 in that right back position. And of course, we did make a number of changes in the second half, but unfortunately, you've not seen them because I didn't record them. I do apologise. So, comprehensive day. Let's go and have a look and see how that leaves us in the table. My apologies about that second half, but yeah, this is full comprehensive match day. We've overtaken Wigan again, and I'm guessing Wigan must have lost or drawn. They drew 1-1 against Doncaster, so we take a 1-point lead in front of Wigan, who dropped down into second place. Accrington Stanley are in third as it currently stands. They had a 1-1 draw against Shrewsbury. Gillingham today. I'm looking for Gillingham. I can't see them. I will find them in a moment. Oh, Gillingham, there we go. 2-0 winners against Newport County to keep their pressure up on the top 3. There's a 3-point gap between them and Accrington, mind you. Wimbledon are in 24th place, so 1-0 winners against Cheltenham. Cambridge United are in 6th place. They've dropped down the table, which would suggest that they lost today. Cambridge United, did lose. They lost 3-0 to us. Of course they did. Doncaster, they are 7th on 22 points. 1-1 draw against Wigan, which helped us out today. Thank you, Doncaster. Also on 22, just outside the playoff places, Forest Green and Bradford City, obviously adrift on goal difference. Shrewsbury not far behind on 21 points, down in 10th place. Northampton and Swindon are 6 points and 5 points respectively. 2 points and 3 points adrift of Halifax Town now. Halifax Town losing again today to Forest Green by a 1-0. Northampton, they lost 2-0 to Bradford City, and Swindon Town losing 2-0 to Harrogate Town. That is the story of the day. Today we have 3 days down to our game against Crewe. We'll come back just ahead of that with any news. And here we are ahead of the game against Crewe. No news to bring you. So it's straight into the game. And it's match day 15 as we try and keep up that lead between us, the automatic places, and the playoff places at the top of League 2. And this is the side that will face Crewe in this Skyback League 2 match day 15. House continues in goal after a good showing last time out. Robinson, Olsen and Armitage in our defensive 3. And as you can see with the lines, they all play very well together. Linton and Silcott, Dewberry, who comes back in for Holman on the right, are complete wing-backs. Gasper and Braley in midfield. Patterson and Jones are wide players with Wakachua up front. Then on the bench, Hollingshead, Garante, Holman, Darcy, Petit, Peters and Fletcher. And second game in a row at the Bob Lucas, playing a flat back 3, 2 wide wing backs and a usual formation. Crewe are matching us up today. They're playing a flat back 3 with 2 wing backs, 2 defensive midfielders. And they're playing a 3, 2 up front, 1 attacking midfield in behind. We are top on 32. Crewe are 15th on 18 points. 11 minutes on the clock. Wakachua with a free kick. He had a go. It's come back off the post and they've cleared it. Braley with a corner. It's a short corner to Wakachua, but he didn't win that ball. It's gone back to Wakachua. It's cut it back, and somebody's come down there. No penalty given. Armitage to Silcott Dewberry. Silcott Dewberry holding that ball up. It's not gone for a run. Armitage. Now he's gone for a run. Armitage going on his own here. Silcott Dewberry into space. Crossed it in. It's gone wide. Awarded a free kick, which suggests there was an offside there somewhere. As that ball comes in. Oh no, he was all over the defender, I think. 17 on the clock. Silcott, Dewberry, Brierley, Jones. Jones into the area. Wakachua couldn't get a shot away. Linton puts it wide. Linton on that far side. 19 on the clock. Gasper. Olsen. Armitage. Gasper. Bad chances, not put them away. Silcott, Dewberry. Can he cross this in? He doesn't like crossing, does he? Gasper. Gasper to Armitage. Armitage now into space. Armitage has a pop, but straight at Booth. Corner, 22 minutes on the clock. Swung in. It's headed clear by O'Riordan. Back to Brierley. Patterson. Patterson has a go. He's in. And Wakachua puts it away. It's offside, though. Won't count. And it looks, as it stands at the minute, very frustrating afternoon. When that ball was played, it looks like he was offside. Vincent with a throw in, 24 on the clock. Would be very annoying if they to score now, having had those chances, not put them away. O'Riordan. Lozano. Hardy was just given too much space. Lozano. O'Riordan. Munro. Calder. They're being very gentle in their build-up. You just need them to make a mistake, which they sort of have. Robinson getting there. Patterson. Now we can counter. Patterson through to Jones. Jones holds the ball up long enough for Silcott, Dewberry on that side. Crossing it in. And first time we see him do that, and a penalty has been given this time. Who's that gone down? It's Patterson who's down on that far side. And no lasting damage by the looks of it. He's stood up. Wakachua with the penalty sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, and we do get a goal. His 6th of the season on 26 minutes. And finally, we get a noses in front. It's been hard work. Goalkeeper Booth going the wrong way. Armitage with that ball, and Jones brought down, and there's a red card there. There's a red card. Jones tackling from behind. No more highlights in that first half. There was a lot of them. It was Munro that was sent off in the end. I thought it was Jones, but it was Munro that sent off. They had one shot in that first half. It wasn't on target. 0.02 and 39% of the possession. We had 10 shots, 4 on target, 2.04 and 61% of the possession. Now they're down to 10 men. We need to turn it into goals. And making one change at half-time, Travis Patterson not having a great day out there at all. We've brought on Mika Peters to replace him at half-time. They made 3 changes at half-time, 47 on the clock. Robinson heads that away. Wakachua, we're on a break here. Can we get ahead? That's through to Peters. Peters who's just come on. Peters creating space, but it puts it wide. Oh, in fact, the goalkeeper saved that. It's gone for a corner. And it was going in then, obviously. Brierley swung in. It's cleared. Silcott Dewberry on the wrong side of the pitch picks that up, but it's not going to come to anything. And a break goes obeying. In fact, come off the defender. Carlin with a throw in. Taylor. Thin lead. We need to have more of a lead than this. Against Crewe. There was through. They're down to 10 men, and we know what happens with 10 men sometimes. Caddick. Need to force them back. Force them into making an error. That's the error. Linton wins that ball. Peters is there. Peters cuts it inside to Chakawa. Wakachua. Jones over the top. Peters puts it away. 4th goal of the season for Mika Peters. And it's 62 minutes on the clock. We take a 2-goal lead. And rightly so too. Wakachua doing a lot of work deeper than he would be. Jones over the top to Peters. Peters with 3 defenders around him puts it past Booth. And with 66 minutes on the clock and a 2-goal lead, we are going to make 3 changes. Luigi Gasper comes off. He's tiring, and it's tiredness that's making us some of these changes. PT comes on for him. James Jones is off. Ronan Darcy replaces him, and Josiah Linton is off. Silcott Dewberry moves over to the left. Jack Holman comes on the right. Darcy with a free kick. Booth had to get rid of that. It's gone for a corner, and it was sort of curling itself in. Olsen is tired. We may replace him with Garante in a minute. Robinson with this corner swung deep to the back post. Armitage not getting it in. And with 80 minutes on the clock, we are making that final change. We have taken off Charlie Olsen, who is tiring. He's had a good day, and replaced him with Jack Garante. Robinson with another free kick. That one chipped in, but straight through to Booth. A bit of a wasted effort. Booth launches one. Headed down by Garante. Braley through to Peters. Petit now to Silcott Dewberry, who's on the other wing, of course, now. Peters. Silcott Dewberry, who's had a good day out there today. Silcott Dewberry. Garante to Holman through to Darcy. Holman. Armitage. Petit cues one up. It's come back off the woodwork. Goalkeeper didn't quite get there. Petit is brought down, and it's a free kick. We will get to see the free kick. 89 minutes on the clock. Darcy, I suspect he will go direct from here. He does. Goalkeeper had to make the save again. That's two Darcy have had from free kicks, both of them on target. Goalkeeper dealt with both. Robinson on a corner on that far side. Swung in. Armitage couldn't bring it down. And with 3 minutes of added time, no more goals, no more highlights. They've had 3 shots, nothing on target. 0.20 and 37% of the possession. Our defence doing very well today. We've had 22 shots, 22, 9 of which have been on target. 3.21. Should have really scored more. And 63% of the possession. Just not quite as clinical. Maybe that's a bit of a factor that's coming in, that we're not as clinical as we have been. Wakachua getting the 1 goal today, but really he's not firing on all cylinders like he was. But he has got a 7.7 today. 3 key passes, 1 clear-cut chance. He's done well. Silcott Dewberry getting a player of the match. 4 key passes, 2 clear-cut chances created. He's done well today. And the other person that I'm quite pleased has done well, that's 2 games in a row, is Brad House, which means that he's going to be our goalkeeper for a little while longer. Well, they are the results from today. The one that stands out for me is Swindon Town actually getting a win, their first win of the season. 3-0 win over Crawley Town sees them pull themselves off the bottom of the table, and in fact are now level on points with Halifax Town. So Halifax Town need to be watching themselves, albeit Halifax Town do have a game in hand, but they need to win that game in hand, otherwise they're going to get sucked into there. Northampton now dropping onto the bottom of the table by virtue of their loss. 3-0 loss against Morecambe, who are in 11th place. The teams just below us haven't played today. I'm guessing they're playing on Wednesday. Are they all playing on Wednesday? They are. So what we may do is just come back in a moment and just see what the Wednesday games, just see how they are. But today's games, we go top by 4 points. Wigan are in second on 31, could come back to just a point behind us if they win that game. Who are they playing? Playing away to Stevenage. Let's hope Stevenage do to them what they did to us. And then Accrington Stanley are in third place on 29 points. Wimbledon in the first team in the playoffs on 27. Gillingham 26 and Cambridge 23, both still to play. Bradford City have played there on 23. Doncaster outside on 22. Forest Green could move into those playoff places by virtue of the fact they have a game in hand, and they're only a point behind Cambridge and Bradford City. We'll come back in a moment then and find out after the Wednesday scores. And here are the Wednesday games been played. Accrington Stanley beating Cambridge United by 1-0. Wigan losing 1-0 to Stevenage. Thank you, Stevenage. Which means that we remain top on 35 points. 3 points clear of Accrington Stanley in second place on 32. Wigan are third on 31, and then there's a 4-point drop to Gillingham, who are in fourth place. They drew 1-1 with Forest Green. Wimbledon are fifth on 27 points, and then Shrewsbury move up into sixth after beating Newport County by 4-0. Harrogate Town move up into seventh place by virtue of their 3-1 win against Halifax Town today, and Cambridge United. In fact, there's loads of teams on 23 points now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams on 23 points. Bradford, Forest Green, Sutton United, Cambridge United and Harrogate City all separated on goal difference. Very tight cluster there at the bottom of the table. Swindon move out of the bottom two for the first time for a long while by virtue of Halifax losing. So on goal difference, they've moved out. Halifax dropping into the bottom two, and it's all to play for down the bottom there. Swindon Town a 4-point gap up to Newport County, who lost today, of course. So they be careful that they don't get drawn in. And then it's a 4-point gap up to Cheltenham, who are in 20th place as it stands currently. That's how the table looks at the end of the episode. We're coming back for a first round FA Cup tie against Harrogate. We haven't played them yet this series. They are in the same division as us, I think. So I'm not sure why we haven't played them. We're coming up to play them very soon. But anyway, it's a home draw against Harrogate Town, and then a game against Tranmere, who are currently 15th in the table. A game against them at Prenton Park. Hope you join me for that one. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Sorry about the highlights of this first game. Completely messed that up, and I do apologise. If you've enjoyed today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of From the Bottom to the Top and our other series, Going Dutch, as they are released. And new episodes of Bottom to the Top are released every Tuesday and Friday, 4:15 p.m. Best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on this channel is to follow me on X at JustOffsideFM. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 68. It's out on Tuesday. Till then, have yourselves a great weekend, whatever you're doing. Bye-bye.